Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. What's up, Lana?
Hi, what's up?
Hey, happy Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, happy Thursday. Is today Thursday?
It is. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday, bitches.
Oh, see, there we go. At least someone's paying attention.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Hi, chat.
Not
What's
all
up?
the time. Yeah, we've got quite a few people waiting. I want to welcome your subscribers, your returning subscribers, and your listeners to the chat. Welcome to J is for Justice.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure, always a pleasure. So I did get some sound bites up for us.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Because you're a liar.
You know who that is, don't you? That is Mr. Donald Wells.
Really?
That is Yeah, check it out.
Because you're a liar.
Okay.
That's like the best Donald Wells soundbite ever.
Because you're a liar.
Because you a liar. So, today we're going to be going over like just a hodgepodge of things we've come across in our travels of perusing the internet for information, which is what we do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just like, all these, people just grabbing screenshots and like, then people are just sending you stuff and then you're like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? What is this? How does anybody keep it all straight, right?
You don't.
Your phone, like you look at your phone and you're like, what is this stuff? And I'm like, oh my God, like you're supposed to just have like pictures of like your family, friends, like fun things that you're doing.
No.
Oh no.
Mine's all yeah. Like my memories. Okay, so that's funny you bring that up. Because you know how like face or your iPhone will give you like memory of the day or whatever?
Yeah.
Mine is I swear to God, for 1 week, I must have put so many pictures of Chris Watts in there that his graduation picture was a memory one day, and I was like, what the fuck? I open my phone, and it's Chris Watts in his cap and gown. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what?
And you're like, where is this even from?
Why aren't my kids showing up? I don't want to see Chris Watts.
You think Chris Watts is innocent?
Oh, yeah. We're gonna go over that at the end. We have our good, bad, and the ugly for today. I have one really good comment. Completely random, but amazing.
Is it from 2020?
No, it's actually from 7 hours ago.
Is Mod Squad here?
I'm not sure.
Hi,
I haven't.
It's her birthday week.
Chat. Oh yeah, birthday week for Mod Squad.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So
let's see. I don't have I need to get a birthday soundbite, but I'll give you this.
Hey JJ.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Wait,
Where's mine? What's it?
Oh,
okay.
Cooperate.
Oh, I got that one.
You like that one?
Cooperate. But
you get a little Crafton in there at the end. You get like a little like bit of Crafton. Listen.
cooperate. But
And then when Kim does it, listen, he does it again.
cooperate.
He's like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah.
Did I ask them to do that?
I'm really excited to get my what is it? A sound deck, speed deck?
Yeah, I gave Lana a whole list. So she made an Amazon wish list. I'm like, dude, you got to make an Amazon wish list because like your listeners love to see your studio like come to fruition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I gave her this like the kick-ass stuff, that my gracious listeners have sent me, and yeah, her link to it is in the description of this video. You know what? Another exciting thing today. This is the first time ever that we are live right now on Twitter,
Really?
Facebook, and YouTube.
I'm on Twitter right now.
Stop it. You are. You're on all three platforms, you guys. So welcome. You'll see in the chat, like the little Facebook thingy, if it's a Facebook comment, Twitter comment, and YouTube, you can see the little icon.
Oh, so like if I watch it through like my phone, because like when I watch it on the screen, I see it like StreamYard style, so.
It should be in the StreamYard. Yes, you should be able to see it there.
Oh, it just shows me all like just the people's names and if they're green or black.
Oh. Well, I see it. I don't see many blues from Twitter or Facebook, so it's new. I just hooked it all up to this StreamYard thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
what is up,
yeah.
Mike Droppin'? New Orleans lady.
Check out her
in here.
You guys check out her Amazon wish list. It's in the description, as well as her channel link is there as well.
Wicked and weakness. You gotta see this. Yeah.
Nerds.
Wait.
Welcome to the nerd stream.
Yes. What about that? What about Mask On? You got that? Yes.
Yeah, this is what we're doing today, right? We're going to do a off, right?
Yeah, we want to know who's behind that mask.
All right. So I'm going to start out with a video. I'm going to share that first. And then we can discuss this shit because there's something new going on in the Pullman. Unfortunately.
Is everybody really short that goes?
I was wondering the same damn thing because, like, why is every suspect 5'5"?
I don't know. How tall is Brian Culver?
He
6
looks
foot,
pretty
right?
tall. I mean, 6 foot, I think. But, like,
And then-
5'5" is rather short for a guy.
Yeah,
you know,
can
like,
imagine being 5'5" and having like a 5'10" girlfriend.
No, it would look ridiculous, right?
I just think that would be hard, like sexually.
Oh my god.
And not to mention, like,
well,
holding
I mean,
hands.
Yorkies do it with labs, so it's probably
okay.
possible.
I guess we can call what's his name, Chris. What's his name?
McDonough?
Is it Chris Hart? Is that his name? No, wait.
Who's Chris Hart? I said
think-
McDonough.
I think I'm mixing up two people. Kevin Hart and Chris.
Oh, you're thinking Chris Rock?
No, but Kevin Hart, he's super short, right?
He is really short.
Yeah.
And he makes fun of himself, right?
Okay, cool.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's why.
You just have to kind of go with it. You know, some guys go with it like that and like poke fun at themselves, kind of like Chris Farley, like about his fatness.
Oh yeah. He
But
does
then
that
you
too,
got
doesn't
the
he?
other ones who like try to make up for it, you know, like big trucks. I knew a short guy. I worked with a short guy and he drove a Hummer and he absolutely looked ridiculous. Like he needed a footstool to get in the damn thing. And I'm just like, you know, it's just not attractive. Like that, that doesn't work.
That's another thing we're going to talk about is I want to talk about this luxury black SUV. I want to talk about the truck that drives past. We just
Lots of vehicles.
Just a bunch of random.
Don't want eeny weeny teeny weeny.
All right. I'm going to play this video. Let me turn this music off. Get rid of our background music. All right, here we go, guys. This is the latest and greatest. And this has a news report. So now it's on the news. But note what the girl says. She heard about this, a neighbor of the one who was attacked that got the fuck out of town.
Okay.
Her neighbor's like, she goes, I heard about it in a Facebook group. Shame. Sorry for the intro.
Oh, is this the intro?
Can you hear it?
Me? No.
You can't hear it?
No.
Okay, let me pull it up on Chrome. I think that's why. I hate that it does that. Still getting used to StreamYards here.
You guys, I was like a kid in a candy store today when I went to Best Buy. Oh my God, it was the best experience of my life going to Best Buy today. And
Come back to J is for Justice.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go. We are going to go over an update from yesterday. I reported on a woman being attacked in Pullman, Washington. A PhD student attacked at her apartment off campus. And now we have a news report on it. And
It happened
little
last
more
Friday.
Information about the black sedan. They think it's a Nissan Altima with faded paint.
This is
Take a
great.
listen and then we will discuss.
Ooh.
Tonight, Pullman police are investigating reports of a man who tried to force himself into the apartment of a young woman he doesn't know. The victim posted her story on Facebook, and it is getting a lot of attention tonight. So much attention, in fact, that Pullman PD addressed it on its own Facebook page.
Crib 2's Amanda Rowley went to Pullman today to learn more about what happened. She is joining us live from the Pullman Police Department. Amanda, what have you learned so far?
I confirmed this afternoon Pullman police are investigating an attempted abduction of a PhD international student at Washington State University. Now, that student is okay, but police are still searching for the suspect. Meantime, students who live near where this incident happened are feeling uneasy tonight.
Recent events on the Palouse over the last few months have understandably put the Pullman community on edge. And now there's even more concern after someone tried to force their way into a WSU student's apartment Friday night.
Oh my gosh, that's scary because it's like right here where I'm living at.
Selena Salou lives a few doors down from where the incident happened. She learned about the attempted abduction in a group chat.
Just to even walk out, to go to your car, just like throw the trash away, it's like scary because it's like you're like now it's like you have to look where you're going and watching like who's like out and stuff because it's like you can't really trust anyone now.
The rest of the community learned about what happened after the victim posted about it online. According to that post, after walking home Friday night, the PhD student noticed a black car parked outside her apartment. She says it was running and the trunk was left open. She got inside the apartment, but when she went to close the door, a man grabbed the door handle and tried forcing himself inside. The post says she had to use her full body weight to close and lock the door. She reported this to police shortly after, and then, out of fear, she left Pullman as soon as she could.
We need the community's help.
Commander Aaron Brashears says officers arrived on scene within minutes and made extra patrols that night, but they did not find the man or the black car. He says the man is described as approximately 5'5" and was seen wearing a green sweatshirt. Police are also searching for a black sedan, possibly a Nissan Altima with faded black paint and no license plates. Right now, officers are investigating all possible leads, talking to neighbors, and asking the community to share any information that may be helpful to the investigation.
If there is a logical explanation for the circumstances, I would ask that the person responsible give us a call and explain if there is a logical explanation.
It's scary to just think about because it's like I can't even like walk out without like being like paranoid, like who's watching me and stuff, or like what if this happens to me.
In the meantime, Selena plans to be extra cautious and keep her head on a swivel.
On a swivel.
Now, today I spoke with that PhD student who reported this incident. She tells me she is glad she's okay and feeling very lucky. In the meantime, just a few hours ago, Pullman police posted on Facebook they are also investigating reports of a suspicious male who's been seen looking into homes on College Hill. Now, to be clear, police say they do not believe this is related to that attempted abduction incident, but we'll keep tracking this story as it develops. Reporting in Pullman, Amanda Rolby, KREM 2 News.
Guys, I have several questions after watching this. Number one, how do they know the two aren't connected? The guy looking in people's residence versus trying to force his way, coming up behind someone without them even knowing he's there, being so quiet, coming up behind someone, forcing themselves into their apartment where they have to push the door physically, and then they leave town because they're so scared. I don't like the downplaying of these crimes. These cops are definitely not being alphas, and Steve's right. If this was in Polk County, Florida, Sheriff Grady Judd would say, "We are going to find you." He would be as detailed as possible.
Yeah,
there would be a press conference, and they would get him off the streets and keep moving. These people don't do that. They downplay it. They sweep it under the rug. And then they pretend that all of these incidents aren't connected. How many criminals are there if none of these incidents are connected? As always, we will. What do you think, Lana?
Oh, I thought you were talking live right there.
Ooh, so my audio was that good.
Yeah, it was that good.
Thoughts?
Well, yeah, they definitely downplay a lot of downplaying going on. Also, they gotta, this is about students coming to the school, so you have to maintain that like our campus is safe.
Right, but when I started thinking about the Grady Judd thing and how he runs his county, right? People feel safe in Polk County because they know he's not going to mess around. So, Bella, if you think about it that way, these guys are being so counterproductive. Like, they're spending twice as much energy keeping the shit under wraps instead of hitting it head on. And then parents will be like, you know what? I want to send my kids there because those cops don't fuck around.
You also have to like ask yourself, I mean, how much is the university playing into it? Like, is it, who's investigating this? Is it the campus police department? Is it, I mean, who's doing the investigation? There's a difference. Would they even say, is it Pullman? Is it WSU? I mean, is it both of them?
I think it's a collaboration.
I think the universities run these towns. I think this is why I've been saying there's been a lot of FBI. You don't have 48 FBI agents in that area in Moscow, and like, it's just they've been there. Did you create this task force? Was it already in place? Did you just beef it up? So I think that there's been issues going on, and
I want to clarify something for everybody, because Cheryl just asked a question that made me trigger it. So in order to understand the community, you've got to understand how their law enforcement runs, right? So Moscow, Pullman PD, WSU PD, all work, and Latah County, all work in sync. Now,
they use the same dispatch, right?
They do. Yep,
that's very important.
So they use the same dispatch. So going a step further, the campus police in Pullman don't have a jurisdiction. I read this and I was blown away. Now listen to this. Usually campus police stay on campus, right? Not these motherfuckers. They get to go all over Latah County, anywhere they want to go. So they can pull anyone over just like a county cop in the entire county of Latah.
The campus police can.
The campus police. I swear on my children's lives, yes.
Really?
That's fucked up. That's messed up. I mean, right, Mandy Jo. I thought the same thing. I thought they were like Paul Blart.
It just, when I was in college, it never occurred to me, like, it was just like, if you ever needed a problem, like, it wasn't like, oh, call campus police. I always thought about campus police as like, okay, they're going to like walk you home or something like that.
Right.
Like I would just call 911. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, theirs runs way different. So WSU, I don't know about Idaho campus police. I think they're in tune with like Moscow, right? There's the
I see. I could see how situations like this, things could easily fall through the cracks when you have too many people like doing things, but then they're from different agencies. Like, how do you always brief each other to know, like, hey, did you get that report that I put on your desk? Like, how is that happening? Or, I emailed you this, or I did this. Like, when you're trying to work with a bunch of different, okay, now let me go contact Moscow. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like, it seems like it would it just be better to have, one force that you just call Moscow-Pullman? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, but I think because of the state lines, then that gets tricky. Yeah, because when I actually called Lanier and he called me back,
the FBI.
I said, that's got to be interesting, with the state line right there. And he said, it works for us.
It works for us. Well,
and
clearly,
I said, clearly, it's working out wonderfully.
Yeah. So, and then can you if you're if you're a campus cop on do they have interchangeable? Like, can I pick up a shift if I'm? Did you ever look into that?
I didn't see that.
Okay,
it looked like they were all kept separately, but their uniforms. When I see pictures, I don't know what's what.
Yeah.
I just think it's very confusing.
I haven't deep dived that part of it yet.
If I'm a student there, like I've got all these different cops in my area. I've got county, campus, Idaho, Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what who are you, right? Which brings me to my first point that I wanted to share. But go ahead.
Okay. Oh no, I was just going to ask you if you knew is Bethany a sophomore or junior?
I don't know. That I don't know.
I do.
What is she?
This would be her sophomore year. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
She basically August of 2021 was her like she was accepted into the Pi Phi sorority. That would have been her freshman year, August 2021.
Which one is Pi Phi? The one that
all of them
Madison
were
was in?
Yeah, except for Kaylee was another one.
Kaylee was in the opposite of everybody. Okay.
So then this coming year, which had been this fall, 2022, why wasn't she living in the sorority house as a sophomore?
As a freshman, you mean?
No. As a freshman, you live in like the dorms. So she's like in a regular dorm.
Oh, and then you move into the house.
And then you move into the house your sophomore year.
So she moved off campus instead of living
some
on
places
campus.
Don't let you do it. So I want to look into that because.
Well, and living with another sorority member of another, whatever you call them, they're like, aren't they kind of like rivals?
So then what year is Dylan? You're going to love what I'm about to show you.
I'm not sure. What is she?
Anybody know? What year is Dylan? Is Dylan a freshman? Is she sophomore? Is she a junior? Is she
I thought
senior?
she was 19, so maybe a freshman. Maybe just finished her freshman year.
So you would think then like this year she'd be a sophomore like Bethany, right?
Right.
So Boston wants to know if she's blocked from chat. I can't write in chat, she said.
Oh God, I forgot to check hers. While you're talking about this, I'll check that. I'm so sorry.
Damn you, Jay.
What?
No, I was just like, I can't believe you blocked her.
She did. I don't know if I did or not. I don't remember blocking her, but I forgot to look. But I will. What's her name again?
Boston. Oh, it's Boston Supports Lana.
Okay, I'll look right now.
I can't believe you're blocking my mods, Jay. No, I'm messing with you.
No, I don't.
So I was looking at. I'm gonna send you so you have like the pic, and as I thought I sent it to you, but I went ahead and I looked at the August 2021 little pic here of we are so happy to welcome MC21 to Pi Phi. We love our little angels. And it was like the pic of the people that had rushed and made it and accepted.
Oh, do you need to share?
Oh, no. I mean, I can if you want.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Should I share it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll share it. I guess I can do that. I guess we can make that happen.
While I'm looking for the mod that I blocked.
See, Ross,
I blocked Paul Pelosi. Someone named Paul Pelosi's in here and he has his picture. I should unblock Paul Pelosi. Go ahead.
Okay, I just sent it to myself so I can share it. Where is it? So
I can't believe that I even have to block anyone when we're all adults.
Oh, where did I do that at?
All right, I'm just gonna unblock everybody. We're gonna start with a clean slate.
Okay, yeah, here it is. I got it.
Don't do it, Jay.
She's like, "Oh my god, please." Okay, I can share it now. All right, got it. Take a look at this, and I just want to know if I'm losing my mind, because I swear I'm not. All right. So right here, see August 20th, 2021. Underneath it, it says, "We are so happy to welcome MC21."
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
there we go. Sorry.
Okay. So like this is the picture of like, we are so happy to welcome MC21 to Pi Phi. We love our little angels. August 20th. This is like the bid, you know, when you get, here's all your peeps that are the, what do you call them?
The members?
Your pledges. Your pledges. Okay. Well, I went through that and I was like, wait a second, that's Bethany right there. That's Bethany. And I was like, wait a second, that means Bethany was a freshman last year. That means this year coming in, she was a sophomore. Why isn't she living at the house? How does she not have to live at the house? Normally, like, so I want to know if it's a rule.
Was she really a member?
But yeah. So there she is. Like she's like, do you see her?
Are you sure that's, I can't, it's
it's
small for me, but.
Yeah, that's the, there you go. It's, she's in the back row. I mean, I could zoom in.
Oh, she's kind of like has her head to the side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Front and center, or in the center back.
I know. I thought
next
Bethany,
to the girl that's going like that. So Bethany, I thought she might have been older.
Yes, because I
Dylan.
thought Bethany was Maddie's little. But the only way that works is if, like, that means Maddie's sophomore year, Bethany would have been a freshman. Okay. Well, this right here shows that she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5 from the left over. This is her year, which is 2021 is her freshman year. Notice that there is no Dylan in this picture. There is no Xana in this picture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what year is Dylan? What year, so this just totally, when I was like having an aha moment, I was like,
where are the rest of the girls? Like,
well, why isn't Bethany living in the sorority house her sophomore year? This year right now where they were murdered, this was the year. This was
2022.
Yeah, this is her sophomore year. So like, I mean, do you guys see that right there?
Well, were they okay? So do we know like when their thing got in trouble? Their sorority.
Look at there's the year. We can't make it up so you guys can see it.
What August 2020? So that was the first, like when they first started classes.
Yeah,
first 2021 to 2022
for freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the pledge class.
That's not Dylan in the front, in the middle, with her boots.
Excuse me.
I can't see shit. I do. I need glasses.
Okay,
new glasses.
Does anybody see this? Does everybody see what I'm showing? Like, this is like some serious stuff.
Well, you gotta spell it out. You know
okay.
how it is.
Okay, this is the thing is, why was Bethany living in that house? As a sophomore, you're supposed to live in the sorority house. Normally, you as a freshman, you live in the dorms and you have a roommate.
Mm-hmm.
And then your sophomore year, which this is it right now. So in November, when they were all murdered, technically Bethany shouldn't have been in that house. So why wasn't she living in this dorm room?
Right.
Or
so
not this dorm? Why wasn't she living in the sorority house? How did she get out? She shouldn't have been. Exactly. She should have been in the sorority house, living there. How was she able to do it? Did her parents pay for both? Did they say, okay, here, you want to live off campus, but normally it's like you're paying your dues.
Can you zoom in on that at all?
What I can do is I can do it like this, and I can show another picture. I can zoom in like this.
Because people are asking, like they want to see. They're saying, no, that's not Xana in the back at all.
No, it's not Xana at all. I mean, I don't think so.
You guys will see. It doesn't look like her to me.
No, I just know that this is Bethany, and that means Bethany's a sophomore this year. Also, Dylan isn't in this picture. So what year is Dylan? And here, let me make you. Oh yeah, I can zoom in like this. I just had to get this off my chest. I was like, come on, man, what is going on? I'm over here working my
I get it.
because I'm working my connections. I wanted to know where everybody lived before they moved into this house.
I want to explain something to somebody. When you're digging and diving into things, you do come across things that may not necessarily matter about the actual crime, but you want to learn as much about these people as possible. Because if you ignore all that and go, oh, that doesn't matter, how are you going to get a clear picture of who these people are? And the only way we're going to get even a remote idea of the closeness of who was friends with who was close with who, is if you analyze this shit. So I don't know why people are like, why does this shit matter? It all matters.
It matters.
It all matters. And you know what?
It really does.
It matters, too, that I think that the investigators didn't interview Kaylee's family. Every person that I have listened to that has been an expert, that has weighed in on this case, has said, you want to know as much about the victims as possible.
It's victimology. Yeah, it's yes, 100.
You want to know as much as you can so that you can figure out who could have done this.
I went ahead and I zoomed in on it. So for you, if you share it now, it should be better. Okay, so there she is. Is that better?
Yep. Definitely her.
Okay, it's 100 her. Now,
could that be Xana right there on the left? No. I have a hard time. These kids all start looking the same to me. So.
Yeah. So I said to myself, well, this is interesting because Maddie's a senior, so Maddie's not her big then because they're too far apart because the way it works is when you're a freshman, you're a little. When you're a sophomore, you're a big. When you're a junior, you're a grandma. And when you're a senior, you're a great grandma. Okay. But I promise it looks like her. I promise it's not Xana.
Okay.
So we have Bethany here, who's a sophomore this year, because this is at the beginning of the school year last year when she was a freshman, meaning like the 2021, like starting the school year.
Yeah.
Just like this year, you would have started the school year. It's 2022. She would have been a sophomore. So I want to know how and why did she bypass staying in the sorority actual house? Normally you stay in the dorms your freshman year.
Maybe she has a connection. Maybe she has someone who could, excuse that for her. Or did she get kicked out?
No, it just.
I mean, what do you think? What would be the reason? I mean,
no, she didn't kick. I don't think she got.
Is that ever typical though, or would she have two places? I mean, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at. I'm getting at that she was a surviving roommate. Okay, and she technically wasn't even supposed to be living there. So when you want to talk about was she even on the lease?
Mm-hmm.
When you want to talk about, was she just living there? Did she really have two residents? I think this goes into like everything.
Was she just moving in?
Was she even there that night?
Was she even there that night? Well, they said she was.
Did she have two homes?
Thank you, Stace.
But this is really important because it goes to the whole offender, and when everybody thinks that, okay, hey, there was two surviving roommates. Well, did the offender know or think that this person even lived there? Did the offender think that she lived in actually did the offender think that this person lived in actually the sorority house? This is really important. This is a very, very big deal because this has to go to the offender and them talking about, if this was planned, something that's targeted, it's planned, and that you didn't even go downstairs because you didn't think somebody lived there. But remember, they took that picture in August and, oh, here, meet the roomies. And there she is taking a picture. And now do you have girls that are like, wait a second, you're living at the sorority house and living there? Or, what's up? But at the end of the day, this is just somebody that was a surviving roommate. And maybe she's a survivor because the person didn't know that she was supposed to be there because she wasn't, her place was actually, they didn't think that she lived there.
Right.
And now that's why I want to talk about Dylan. And because where's Dylan? If nobody saw that picture, think about every time that the cops came to the house with the noise complaints. It was only Xana's name, it was only Maddie's name, and it was only Kaylee's name.
Right.
Okay. So did Dylan live also at the sorority house and at that house?
Like kind of crash there and party there.
Yeah.
Have like a second.
And guess what? I have proof, and I can show you the Venmos. Remember, they sublet from somebody named, Simpson. These people took over people's leases. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These people took over people's leases. That doesn't mean that you're on the lease. I bought you out of your sub. So here you go, Jay. You're let's say you're moving out and you want your deposit back. Well, you can't go get it from the landlord. I'm just going to give you your deposit. So here you go. And I have the Venmo transactions that happened with Dylan doing it with Simpson. Okay. I have that.
Mm-hmm.
I have the first, how she's paying. She's doing it through Venmo. But then I want to go back and check all the Venmos that I have, because I remember just paying attention to, all I wanted to pay attention to was the August ones and the July ones and the June ones, because I wanted to know when people moved in. And
yeah, because what's also
people were just
confusing
subletting.
is how she said, I originally went to sleep in the second floor bedroom. That wording in the affidavit makes it sound like she went somewhere else after.
Yeah. So it's like really what's going on at this house? And this is the house that, remember, where these murders happened. What was truly going on in this house?
Right.
Were people keeping tabs on people? Were people pretending? Who knows? But I can just tell you this. I was blown away today when I was like doing my stuff. I'm like, wait a second here. I thought Bethany was a junior, because she was, Maddie's little, and Maddie would be a senior. You know what I mean? You have to have that one gap. And then I looked at this and I was like, wait a second. She's this is 2021. This is August. This is the kick off the school year. That means she was a freshman in 2021.
Well, wait a minute.
She's a sophomore.
Somebody said that's Emily in there. Is that the Emily that lived next door? Because how would that work?
This one is Bethany. It looks
no. Someone said Emily and Bethany. Emily A or something?
Yeah, that's
someone
Hunter's
in chat.
girlfriend.
Okay, so I thought that Emily A lived in the house next door.
Yeah, Emily A never lived in this house.
Right. So
Emily does. They look like I could back up. They look like each other. They do. They have similar. Okay. But this I'm just saying, like, that's Bethany right there. As far as, I don't know what year Emily is. I just know that she was the alleged girlfriend of Hunter Johnson. And I think Hunter Johnson dated somebody before that actually possibly could have lived in the 1122 King. I'm just trying to explain the dynamics of these relationships.
I was told that Emily was Xana's big. So I don't know if I got incorrect information on that.
I actually have to look at my board when I did my episode of like Greek life and in terms of,
because I heard some other stuff,
relationships.
that Emily was pretty, I mean, not that that has anything to do with the murders, but just I heard that she was pretty like intimidating to the younger girls, is kind of how it was explained to me. And that's why I'd be surprised to hear that they're the same age, because I heard all of this stuff about Emily and Xana's dynamics.
Mm-hmm. And I want to know how much COVID played into all of this too. Because COVID was, 2020.
I have no idea what college would have been like with COVID.
Yeah. But I'm just simply saying right here, I was asking around on how it works. Like, what if you were to transfer? Like, can you become let's say that I was a sophomore, I never rushed anywhere, and I transferred to this school. Can I go to the sorority and be like, hey guys, I'm here. I want to rush your house or whatever. But yeah, I'm a sophomore because I just transferred from, let's say, UNLV. Would they be like, no, you're a sophomore, you can't? Or yeah, that sounds great, And I guess different houses and different charters have different rules. But normally, if you have to get like approval for that, you'd have to, like, in a transfer type situation. So I listened to that. Like, was Emily a transfer? But I want to know, how old's Dylan? Because I swear, in all the stuff that they've been putting out there, is Dylan 19? Is she 20? Is she 21? How old is Dylan? What year was Dylan born?
Well, I think it says, oh no, it just gave the ages of the victims.
Was that who got the ages? Okay, because
yeah, I think it was listed on the coroner's report. Honestly, in all the articles too, but I don't. Yeah, that's where I saw it on a document, was the coroner's report, and it's just the victims.
Hi, Gabriella. No, we're asking ourselves what year. We're asking ourselves what year Bethany was. Gabriella, do you know what year Bethany was? Do you have any input on what year Bethany was here?
nobody's going after. We're just trying to
So I
figure
just
out.
like to just say that.
Yeah, we're trying
I think they're
to.
confused.
We're trying to just figure out the dynamics. And Carly, I agree with you. Another good question. What were the house rules?
They didn't have like this chapter. You didn't have to stay. You could stay somewhere. You could stay out and spend the night, but nobody could like stay in the house. There was like that type of rule with this. But I was just shocked when I came across this because I was like, okay, Bethany's a sophomore. This changes a lot.
I wonder. I don't think we could. How could we confirm that?
I think this confirms it.
Frequency said they said she was 19 before.
I know. So that's what, okay. So she would be a freshman this year, right? Or is she a sophomore this year? Same type of deal. Why? Either way, why isn't she in the sorority house?
Right.
Or is she? And is she doing exactly what? Why I know that she's not Bethany's age is because with this picture, I can back it on out. She's not in it. Like this picture. I'm going to stop that really quick and I'm going to share this other picture. She would be in this picture if she was the same age as Bethany, which would be a sophomore this year. She would be in this picture. You don't miss these pictures. These are like the big old ordeals. Like, all right, here. Let me share this now.
Emily is a friend and sorority sister. And I thought neighbor. But I guess not.
I don't know. She could be. They said that she.
I heard that she was the reason that the lock was changed.
The reason for the season.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Welcome everybody in chat, guys.
Welcome,
guys. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget about that. It's very important. Stacy says, and why did Einan say the police were knocking on his door around 1 p.m. and that he Googled it earlier?
Yeah, I talked about that last night because he's high, because he's not being honest. Oh, wait, were you able to share that?
Yeah, sorry. I'm still not used to this thing.
So show me in this picture where Dylan is, because this would be, in order for Dylan to be a sophomore, okay, like Bethany, you'd be in this group picture.
Well, Dylan's pretty tall. Who's the tall girl in the back?
It's not. Yeah, that's which one?
The tallest one in the back row.
Oh, she's standing on something. Yeah, that's not her.
Jay Colo says that Google says they're both 21. You know what I say to that? You know what I say to this? All of this? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I agree, Joe. I agree.
Nope, she's not taking the picture, guys. She's not in it. And so I went and made a phone call.
Shit. We should have known it didn't stop here.
So I went ahead and I made a phone call. And I said, why are you missing some people in your, blah, blah, blah. Is that normal? Don't you have to have all your people in a picture to take it? Isn't it like a big deal with the sororities? And they're like, what are you talking about? Nobody's missing. Because I said, I was like, this 2021 picture. I said, where's Dylan Mortensen? She's not in this picture. And in order for her to be a sophomore this year, okay, that means that she would have been a freshman in 2021, the same as Bethany. She's not in this picture. So then that means what? She's a junior? That means she's the same age as Xana, right?
Xana was a junior, yep.
Okay. Because all I was trying to say is, okay, so then it actually goes, well, then where is Dylan in any of the pictures that they've had? So now I'm going back through all of my pictures.
She's not in very many. There's not very many of her.
Yeah, and trying to find Dylan. Like, where does Dylan come from? You get what I'm trying to say? We want to find out, like, where was Dylan living before she moved into 1122 King?
Right. You're trying to, like, trace her
and
steps.
That's all I'm trying to get to the bottom of is where was Dylan living before she moved into the 1122 King when she started to sublet. And then here's Bethany, same thing. Bethany's supposed to be living in the house. That's the sorority house because it's her sophomore year. And here she's, at at the 1122 King as a sophomore. And that to me is, well, you usually don't do that. Like that's like a big no-no. Like I don't know how she did it unless she was paying for 2 places because the sorority is going to get their money. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just how it works.
I don't know really. I don't know enough about college life alone, let alone Greek life, to really, have an opinion on that. Because I really don't know. I don't understand it all.
So then could they be so tricky to say that in this PCA, because I just started thinking about the wording of the PCA, to say that she originally went to sleep, and then what? Did they go then to the sorority house? And that's why you get what I'm like?
Yeah. Why isn't the girl in the front an angel? It's a good question.
And she's wearing black.
Yeah, she is.
Only shirt with black.
Weird. Oh my God, that's weird.
Yeah.
Ooh, that will scare somebody.
Potato chimes in.
I flashed and said, wow, pretty far out. I thought it was pretty far out.
I knew I recognized that voice. I was like,
we love Potato's voice.
The first time I heard her voice was on that other channel. And I was like, she talks like this. Who is that? I was like, that's awesome. I could just fall asleep all day. I loved
what
it.
the French call les incompetents.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys want to, look into that. But
Van Life is saying that Dylan had already turned 22 in February.
What?
That's what Van Life is saying. Maybe we need to connect with Van Life.
I
Why don't you put your email in the chat so you can get?
I don't know who's saying that. I just found a pic. I just found a pic of DM from Bid Day. Sarah, what year? Because that's what I was going through all my pictures. So if you got that, I really want it.
Yeah, MK. The wording in the affidavit is weird. I mean, we've talked about a lot of different things that we've seen worded in there, and it doesn't sound like a young girl's language. But like she said, I originally went to sleep here, but then later on I got up and I went to sleep down there. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where they were living at before they moved in to 1122 King, and then, it was Maddie's house because she had been living there. Like, so did Maddie, since everybody else was leaving, was it like, okay, I'm going to invite this person live with me, this person live with me. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So is Maddie the connect to know the Bethany, the Dylan, the Kaylee, the Xana? You get what I'm saying?
I mean, anything's possible when it comes to kids too. They come up with some stupid, plans and things like that too. It's confusing as hell.
I'll look at Bid Day here. I have the picture
I
somewhere.
don't know what Bid Day is.
Bid Day means like you're incoming freshman and you get bidded on. So like you take a picture, like Kaylee took her picture, Maddie took hers. You get bidded on by the sororities, and then when you accept
you get bidded on, like you're up for auction.
Yeah, like they tell you like they want you in their house, or you could not get bidded on. It just means that
what?
Why does
trust me?
I don't understand. Like, why do people go in these things? I don't get it.
I could tell you
A
I would
sense
run
of
for the
belonging.
hills.
I mean,
I'd run for the hill. I would just play a sport.
I mean, is it a sense of belonging that they want, or
no? Just freshmen get bid. So it's like you go around with all the different houses and you mingle. It's like it's like going on like a date. It's like going on a date.
I'm meeting friends.
It's
I'm
like
meeting
speed
friends.
dating. It's
But
speed dating.
bidding.
Well, then no, they don't like give you like, okay, here we bid on you $10. It just means you get an offer to be part of our like secret society. There is no like when you use the word bid, you're thinking.
I just think it's
dollar amounts.
I don't like this. I just don't like the sound of it. It's weird. I don't care how old it is. Maybe that's the reason why it's so weird. Maybe we need to get with the times and like, I mean, obviously these sorority and fraternity houses
Mac
are a
Pride
problem.
said this is the real trafficking.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, it's like an invitation. You get an invitation to join, like, like that's what a bid is. You get, but then like that's how Maddie and Xana.
Is it kind of like when you're playing like fucking kickball in school and
someone picks
you're
you?
like the last one to get picked? Is there like that last one? Who's
Well,
like not really. I don't really
you're never
want
gonna
her.
know. You could get 10 bids, like so. You go around to all the houses, so it's rush week. So you go around to all these houses. And there's 16 of them that you visit, and all 16 of them could be like, "Here we want you. Here we want you," and then, or you could just get 5. This house wants you. This house, and then the girls all talk about it, and they get all sad, like, "Oh my god, I didn't get bidded on at this place. I didn't get bid." Well, I would just not tell anybody anything and be like, I turned them down.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I said
That's
no.
just, and you know what's crazy is we go through school. We have kids, right? And we tell our kids, don't bully, don't bully, don't bully.
Yeah,
like include everybody. Be nice to everybody.
Yeah, and then you get to this. Yeah, I feel
and then
the
you
same way.
graduate. I mean, now granted, in high school, there's still cliques and all that shit. But you graduate and you're supposed to be an adult now, right? You're supposed to be more aware. You're supposed to be smarter than you were in elementary school. But to me, they're going backwards. And then these adult like little groups turn into asshole grown adults who squirt out kids that are more assholes, and they just keep doing it. So
Here, I got something for you.
I say ban Greek life. Why do we need it anyways? Like what? I don't get it.
Look at that. You like that?
I love that.
You want some of that?
I love that.
Look at that.
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
That's what you call like an amazing, what is it? A chart?
That
graph.
is, everybody was waiting to see that.
Yeah, I figured, okay, here you guys go. But I can zoom in on it too. I was just trying to get all of it. So.
What you got going on there?
Well, this is everybody. So like, this is how so like over here, you got, this is 1122 King. So you have Kaylee. Now, who's her little and who's her big? I know who they are. I forgot to put those in there. Kaylee, so she was in a dorm her freshman year, 2019. This is what got me on this kick. So, sorority house, apartment, then 1122. And I want to know who she lived with, though, that year. Then you got Jack D. How was he connected to the 1122 King house? Well, through Kaylee. Again, I thought Maddie and Bethany were like the big little. And then this is where I said, wait a second, look over here, Bethany. Dorm, sorority house, 112 King. Like, that's what I thought. But then I realized that no, her freshman year. So that has to come off. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what I was doing this morning. And I realized I was like, wait a second, we have a problem. Because Bethany was a freshman last year. So, like, this is wrong. And all of these reports of Bethany being a junior are wrong. Bethany's a sophomore. Okay, which changes a lot. Then you got Maddie. Those are her years. She was in the dorm. She was in the sorority house. And then she was at 1122 King her junior year. And now this would have been her senior year. Jake S., that's Maddie's boyfriend. I'm still trying to figure out who was Maddie's roommate her freshman year. Kaylee, who was her roommate her freshman year. Maddie and Xana worked at Mad Greek together. That's that extra connection there. Where was it down here? Jake S. is 1 year older than Maddie. So his senior year was last year. And that's why he was in Boise now. Then you got Molly Gray, Liz K, and Jack K. The reason that they're on here is because of the 330 text. And their ties are all to Ethan, Jack K, and Ethan have a Venmo. Molly and Liz have a Venmo. It's about getting picked up at 3:30 in the morning. And it was like a scheduled set time that they paid for it ahead of time. Or it was something at 3:30 anyways. Then you got Hunter C and Maisie. They're obviously the triplets there. Ethan is a second-year freshman, dorm, and then the SIG house. I believe that they started dating April 2022 is when Xana and Ethan started dating. I believe that Jake S. and Maddie started dating, same thing, April of 2021, though, because they had their 1 year anniversary in 2022. Dorm, sorority, and then King rode for Xana. I don't know who her roommate was her freshman year. Would like to know. Now I have a question about her Little Big situation, and she began subletting in the summer to live in that King house. Maddie right here lived in Boise her senior summer going into the year, so she wasn't even there this past summer. Hunter Johnson, he is a grad student this year. His freshman year was 2018 to 2019. So ask me why he's hanging out in August at a house that has like sophomores in it and you're like a fifth year. Again, what frat was he really in? Because in the police body cam, he acts like he's not part of Sigma Chi. Again, who were your roommates? Who really were you dating and when? That's the connection there with Emily. Dylan, dorm sorority 1122 King, sublet summer. This puts Dylan being, like I said, a junior, right? But again, I don't have, I'm still getting confirmation on who Dylan's little and big were.
Then because I think we were all under the impression that Dylan and Bethany were the littles of Kaylee and Maddie. I mean, at least that's what I always thought. And I don't know if I ever had any confirmation of that or if it was just something I assumed because I thought they were the same ages.
Yeah, and it's like, this is wrong. Bethany's has to be changed because that's what I came across today. I was like, you know what? I think she's a sophomore. Which then again, like, how are you? So then you get to Dylan, Quinn, Dylan, Bridget. Like all of her connections are, it's all Boise. And then you have your Jack Showalter. Then there you go. There's my boy Harsh. The housemates that actually lived there in 2021, 2022. That's in a video that I did. I have them. And yeah, this is what I did for you for this episode.
For
so
me?
Yeah, I did this.
I think this is just like a scan into your brain, like someone else said. I mean, literally, that's probably how you like compartmentalize all of your information, right?
Yeah, that was today's work of art right there. And now
the proof is in the pudding, if you will.
And then I added more stuff because my 4 question marks surrounding it all is where did the police fall in? Where did the drugs fall in? Where does the sex fall in? And I want to know where everybody fell in with their sororities and what their terms were with them, like where they stood with them. So that's the
it makes sense.
So, but yeah.
All right.
That was this. That was random.
Thank you for that. No, everything's random. So I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to school you guys a little bit on Roger Lanier for a second. You know who Roger Lanier is?
Yes, Roger. Yeah. Roger that. Yeah.
Roger that. So Roger Lanier, man, he's had some problems. He's had some problems in the past, but you know, they didn't want anybody to know. So let me get this video pulled up for you guys. So he was a lieutenant. Okay. So just to preface the video. Okay. This dude was a lieutenant.
Let me get my water.
In Lewiston. And he would tell you, if you asked him, according to the newspaper, if you asked Lanier what happened to his career in Lewiston, Lanier would tell you that he stepped down. Well, his boss would tell you something different. His boss would tell you that he was on administrative leave. So this is where it gets interesting. And, you know, we're learning not only about the students and their connections, but we're also learning about who's investigating this case. You know, who's been on the case. Got to look at it all. So let's take a look at what happened with Roger Lanier back in 2016. He looks way different, by the way, like night and day different. Let me just point that out. I don't know. I mean, people age, but I don't know.
The well-respected leader in the
Stress.
Lewiston Police Department is stepping down. Good evening, and thank you for
you hear
joining
it,
us
Lana?
tonight. I'm Kayla
Yeah.
Lafferty in for Suzette Reynoso.
And I'm Keith Havens. City officials tell KLEW News Lieutenant Roger Lanier is retiring after more than 20 years. Lanier has been one of the police officers who often speaks about investigations, warnings, and alerts, and community events. City Manager Jim Bennett says the city received a letter from the lieutenant that he's retiring from LPD. Bennett says Lanier has been an important part of LPD throughout his career and wishes him well. Lanier goes to the City of Moscow Police Department as captain. His first day is June 20th. His last day with Lewiston will be Friday, June 17th. Until then, he is on administrative leave.
The organization Colfax is called
You have to wait for
Post-Print.
it. You gotta wait for it because they don't tell you the shit. They don't tell you. Oh, by the way, until he moves on to Moscow, he's on administrative leave.
Why is he on administrative leave?
Do you want to know why he's on administrative leave? Do you really want to know? Because
Wait, did you just hear how they just slid that in at the end? Like it was just like,
yes!
wait, can you replay that again at the end there? That is amazing.
Oh shit! It's like if you don't watch the whole thing, you don't know, do you?
It's like you can't even stop by to give him a donut. He's gone.
Wait, hold on.
A longtime and well-respected leader in the Lewiston Police Department.
Lewiston will be Friday, June 17th. Until then, he is on administrative leave.
Did you see his face? He's like, he goes, "Eat." Wait, we gotta watch that again. That's perfect. Oh, Lanier, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here?
Ronnie.
Shit.
How he just.
Oh my god! I gotta try to pause it on his face because he's got like this look like yikes.
And he is.
What?
Yeah, he's like, I can't. He's like, I can't wait to say this.
Lewiston will be Friday, June 17th. Until then, he is on administrative leave.
Oh fuck! I missed it again, but I'll get it later.
You gotta sound like that.
Shoot. Oh man! Until then, he is on administrative leave.
Wait, when was this? When did this air?
Okay,
June
so
6th?
this was
June 6th. June
of
6th.
2016.
Yeah, but he's on administrative leave till the 17th. His last day is the 17th, but he's on administrative leave, right?
I don't know.
This came out like 2 weeks before he was done.
Right. So I'm going to tell you why he was put on administrative leave. So let's run through this really quick.
Oh God, yeah.
So there was a $1 million lawsuit. What happened? It was in Lewiston. The mother of an 18-month-old girl was the one suing for $1 million for Lewiston Police Department. So it was a tort claim against the Lewiston Police on Peyton Howley, who was a toddler at the time. And Peyton suffered a fractured skull, 2 cracked vertebrae, and minor lacerations when her father landed on her after an officer used a stun gun, to subdue him on November 8th. The claim alleges negligence and recklessness on the part of Lewiston officers. We're claiming the actions went above and beyond their duty and procedures, Attorney Noel Pittner told the Lewiston Tribune. The insurance carrier is going to look into it, but let's get down to the incident. The incident began when the father of Levi Howley, 33. I don't even understand. The father of so Levi Howley was the suspect. The father of Levi Howley, 33, told police his son was making violent threats and he wanted him removed from his home. Levi Howley initially declined to leave as Lewiston officers surrounded the place. Deputy Chief Roger Lanier said Hawley eventually came outside, but was using the toddler as a shield. Police planned to use a stun gun to subdue Howley and rush in to take the girl from his arms, Lanier said. Howley attempted to run and fell on his daughter when he was struck by the electric probes. Police were unable to grab the child in time, Lanier said. They all fell in a big heap, Lanier told the newspaper shortly after last month's incident. Police said the girl was treated at a Spokane hospital and released. Howley, who owns a Lewiston restaurant, was arrested on drug and gun charges, as well as felony injury to a child. And then he had his preliminary and he told the judge that he couldn't afford a lawyer and he needed a public defender. So this was in the Lewiston Tribune on December the 6th, 2014.
So he used a stun gun?
Basically he tased a father that was holding his toddler. And the father fell on the toddler, and the toddler fractured her skull, cracked 2 vertebrae, and had lacerations.
I mean, that's a pretty big fall. Where was this? To like have that type of damage.
I don't know. It says that they're home, I guess.
No. I mean, like,
where did he
fall like from a balcony? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, good question.
How are you getting? I mean, when someone's getting those type of injuries, you just didn't hold. If I'm holding my kid, I mean, how you said 20 months old?
She was. It just says a toddler. It just says a toddler.
I mean, what did you think?
Oh, sorry, 18 months.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think was going to happen when someone's holding something and you tase them? Like, oh, you lose all like your. You know what I mean? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Where's your common sense? That just shows me that you don't have any, because when that hits him, he's going to lose all muscle function.
So wait. But Lanier expects people to believe that they were going to tase the dude. They had a plan. I'll tase him. You swoop in and grab the kid. Come on.
That's why I want to know where like, how is that even possible?
I don't know.
Why do you need to tase anybody? It just doesn't make sense. That whole, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that narrative right there doesn't even make sense to me.
Mm-mm.
He's running, you run. Go, if he's running from you, and
they're saying that this guy was a drug dealer. So he owned a restaurant in town, and he was arrested on drug and gun charges, as well as felony injury to a child.
Just none of the,
but
what
made them come there in the first place? The dad called and said, hey, my son's like, this is what they came there for. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the incident. They went there because the dad called and said his son was making violent remarks.
And then they arrested the dad, though?
No, they tased him. The guy, okay, the 33-year-old lived, the 33-year-old that was tased lived with his dad. And that was his child. So he was living with his dad and his child. So the dad of the suspect called and said, my son's being violent, making violent, comments or threats. So they brought in a SWAT team, and it turned into this, where the guy came out and then they tased him with his toddler. So I don't know. I mean, take from it what you will.
So is the 33-year-old the son of the person that called in?
Yes, apparently. Okay. That's what they say, yes. So, I don't know. I mean, so he just transfers, just swoops right over to Moscow, and he's the operations, like manager, whatever the hell they call him. Like
when did he when did he get that new job?
He had it in place before he
made the transfer. Mm-hmm. Well, you know that like 3 or 4 of the cops in Moscow, they actually all live in that Lewiston area.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I sure do.
One of the first responding officers, Officer Corbin Smith.
Corbin Smith. Yes. I think I have a photo of him.
He lives there. That's where Brian was.
He lives in Lewiston?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Oh, this is all kind of coming together for me now, Lana.
Yeah. You could give me a police officer. I'll tell you where they live.
Okay. So check this out. That's Corbin in the middle, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Corbin Smith in the middle. I have an interesting story. I don't know if I have the screen grab of that or not, but I was on Facebook on Moscow Police Facebook, and they introduced him, and that's where this picture comes from. They were like, whoop, whoop.
We've got one of our people.
We've got Corbin Smith, like, rock the fuck on. And a few people were like, cool, congratulations, like, welcome to the department. Mm-hmm. But then there were some comments where, like, these women were like, how are we supposed to know who this is with a mask on if we see him out? Can't you guys remove your masks for a photo? Can can't you go outside and take your picture without a mask so we know what this officer looks like? So it brought me to what we were talking about earlier. Like, you've got all these different departments everywhere, and then add this kind of shit. You don't even know what they look like.
It looks like Brian
This is a small
Kohlberger.
town. I know.
I know. I just wanted to say that.
It does.
Everybody looks alike.
They all look alike. So bushy brows. I don't know about you, Lana, but I'm looking at everybody's brows now. Not on purpose. It's just my eyes go to the brows, and I'm like, God dang.
Clad in all black. I can't wait for it to come out. What if there's any like what the cops have and any reports on as far as like were there any lights on in that house? And I'm looking forward to hearing about the lighting in that house.
Interesting because remember we saw the body cam of the boys getting harassed.
And
people were saying that light went out on King on the 1122 King Road. Do you think that was? Did you do any like digging into that? Because I didn't. I know Potato did, and she said it was that window.
Yeah, that window was the bathroom. Anyways,
it was. Was it Xana's? Or I mean, was it the upstairs bathroom, or was it Xana's room?
I don't think it was Xana's room. I think it was the upstairs because it was at that 3 o'clock time, right? Like 2:50 something, the 3:10 or something like that. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, this is him getting sworn in. This is on their Facebook. And then I have one more photo to show you before we move on.
Yes.
This one you're gonna love. This gives you, Lana, you want perspective? I'm about to give you perspective like a motherfucker.
Yes.
There's your perspective. We're looking at the height perspective.
I could date them all, man.
There's Team Moscow.
I'm sure.
There is Team Moscow.
Oh God! Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you put it all together, isn't it?
God almighty.
Wow.
Your face.
Oh my God.
Mandy Joe. Wait, here's Potato.
They're loud and beefy.
They're loud and beefy.
So wait, let me see if I can get them all right. That's Payne. Then to the right is
wait. Let's go left to right.
Okay, all the way in the back is that Roger Lanier. Roger Lanier for 500.
I think that's Lanier on the far left.
Okay, Gunderson is right there in the middle.
Chris, aka Chris Watts,
is and then Captain's dead. Chief is in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, then I got.
Don't want eeny weeny teeny weeny.
Then I got Officer Payne. He's the next guy. Then I got to the exact right of him. I'm gonna go with that is the media person. What daughter or whatever with a D. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Dollinger.
Yeah, that's him. Then back directly behind him is
He's nuts. Lana, I'm gonna
actually I want to go with the guy to the right of him. I know him. Is that Jason House?
On the far right?
Yeah.
No, that's Tyson Barrett.
That's Tyson Barrett?
That's Tyson Barrett. Uh-huh.
He's campus police. He's head of campus police.
Yes, yep.
I believe.
Oh my God, we know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He was taken off the case because his daughter's 19 and goes to school there, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is that Rowinski?
Which one? The tall one in the back?
Yeah, who's that?
That I don't know.
I think
I don't know. And that's going to bring us to our next. This is just a little intro into our next segment.
Okay,
Are you ready for the next segment? I know you only wanted to go an
We're
hour.
good.
Hour
We're
50.
good.
Are you
We're
good?
Yeah.
We might have to do a part 2, right?
Okay. We're good.
She says, okay.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you've got to.
Okay, God, I can't wait.
Wait, what is this? Oh, this is just more about this. That same.
Oh, God. Who's making me that for dinner?
Oh.
Don't want no short man.
Okay, here. This is what I wanted
What
to.
is that?
What in the world is that ever thing?
Oh yeah, the 2020 annual report. Bring it. Yes, this is the This
is the shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh hi, Octavia. I love you, baby girl. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Eeny weeny.
Okay, so let me know if you want me to stop on anything while I'm scrolling through this.
No, I want to talk about the financials.
Okay.
There they are. Yeah, there they are.
Okay. So can you read that?
Yes. Well, I mean,
it's like
good.
really small for me.
Can you blow it up?
I can't.
Okay, then it is what it is.
Is it better like that or like that? Is it the same?
Is it? I feel like I'm at the doctor or the eye
Okay,
doctor.
let me. Oh shit! Let me do it a different way. I tried to be crafty and like upload it to the stream. Like
about the
okay.
same.
Hang
a little
on.
bit better.
Let me pull it
Click,
up a
click.
different way.
How about this one? About the same. How about
Where
this
did
one?
that shit go now? Oh, the annual report. I implore everyone to go to their website and read all of them. Go back years. You know what? It is what it is. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Can you see it?
What do I need to see? I see Caleb.
I put my screen full screen. This is amazing. I've never done this before.
Oh,
is everything still working okay?
Yeah, everything's great over here.
All right, awesome. Okay, so the first thing is the personnel recognition, staff promotions.
Okay, yeah, staff promotions.
Caleb Struble was promoted to the rank of corporal. Stroobs. So he started in 2016.
Rhymes with pubes.
He started in 2016, and he is an active member of the FTO team.
Okay.
What is that? The tactical? I don't know what that is.
FOP
and it
card.
is a sniper.
Oh, it's a sniper attack.
This kid's a sniper.
A lot of them are.
Wow. On the City of Moscow, Latah County Regional Special Response Team.
Did you know that the wives are the people that answer our phone calls? Like Josh Tinsdale, his wife works there.
At the
Charlie Fry, Chief Fry.
I know
his
Julie
wife
Fry
works
is
there.
the clerk of court.
Yep,
So
and-
all the court documents that are being filed in this case are being filed by his wife.
Mm-hmm. And then the dispatchers, the
the
two of them are
females work-
married. Yeah, two of them are married to two of the officers, and I think there's only like 3 of them or 4 of them.
I think it's against the law for like women to be like the cops there.
And
they
Lewis-
have to be paper pushers.
Oh, really? And then Lewiston is that's
No
like
case is perfect.
that's a cop town. A lot of cops live in that Lewiston area.
Yeah,
and that's where Brian Kohlberger allegedly went that next morning,
Mm-hmm.
and where he was that night allegedly. Just so you guys know
And
that
Brent Kopaka's
he was like right by his sister's house.
Yep, his family is down that way as well.
Yeah, it was right by his sister's place. I don't know if people know that.
Okay, so 2020 Officer of the Year is Jake Lee. We don't know what happened to Jake Lee. He must not have stuck around very long because we haven't seen him.
He's probably moved on to the ISP.
But he was the Officer of the Year that year.
When
He was a problem solver. But he isn't there anymore. So now we move on to the service awards.
Yes, Rachel Smith, Mitch's girlfriend, is a lawyer. Her family has a firm. Her dad.
Who?
Mitch, one of the other first responding officers, his wife's dad has a law firm. I just saw something in chat. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
So we
Champs Award.
Yeah, no, well, first we're going to go over the service awards.
Okay.
So James Fry, in 2020, he was celebrating his 25th year.
Okay.
Will Kraslett, I'm not
Don't know.
sure who he is.
I think he's gone.
He must have retired. Art Lindquist.
He's still around.
Dustin Blaker.
He was one pouring out all the alcohol
The
on the body cam.
Red beard.
No, tall, big guy. But
Yeah, and he red. I think he has a red. Yeah, he kind of looks like the guy in Rudolph, the lumberjack. He's got a red beard. Pretty sure that's who it was.
I'll have to, yeah, I'm sure.
We'll see a picture.
He was
of
just
him,
he
though.
was
He's
just
in
dumping it.
Oh, he's very decorated, so I think we'll see a picture of him in here in a minute. So then we've got Dustin Blaker celebrating 20 years, Diana Erickson 15, Eric Warner 5, Josh Thusen, and Jason Summers.
Jason Summers isn't around anymore.
No, I haven't. No, I didn't see him either.
Josh Thurston, I don't know if he is either. Eric Warner, yes. Diane,
Jason
yes.
Summers is gone. Diana is there.
Yeah, she's there. Basically on that list right there, Will gone, and Josh and Jason gone. So 3 people.
Yeah, when we go through the photos too, you're going to be like, who are these people? So Officer Brett Payne was awarded the Champs Rookie of the Year award.
Yes.
Get it, boy. So he got that the first year, or no, which is weird because I saw on their website that he started there in 2018. So how was he Rookie of the Year? All right, in 2020. But it says Officer Brett Payne was awarded the Champs Rookie of the Year award. Officer Payne brings a great deal of experience to the Moscow Police Department because of his military service. He attended the Post Academy with 42 new officers from around the state. He quickly established himself as a leader and a team player and was elected by his peers to be class president. Officer Payne was the first officer in post history to be awarded 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 post awards at the Academy. His approach to community policing is exemplary. He has a desire to serve and protect the community. In addition, he regularly takes time away from his own tasks to help his coworkers, especially new officers. Whether it is citizens or other officers, Officer Payne is always willing to put his needs aside to assist others. He exemplifies the core values of our department and is an excellent example to other officers. So that's that. And then we go down here to the bottom, recognition of service. It says Officer Chris Bragg and Officer Rick Whitmore. Do you know if a Whitmore is still around? I haven't seen that name. You're muted, by the way. Don't spit out your water.
I got to protect myself now. I just really want to say hi to everybody in chat.
Slippers and lip gloss.
I really want to say hi to everybody in chat. I want to say hi
go
to all
ahead.
the truth and transparency people. I want to say hi to all the J people. I want to say hi to the
people.
collab people, the people that love when we collab. And a shout out to your mods. I know it's difficult to mod whenever I go somewhere, so thank you. Appreciate you guys. And
Well,
then I
thanks
love
for recognizing that. I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
I love all my mods too. Maybe we can have a Zoom dinner tonight, guys. We can.
Ooh, do you guys do that? That sounds fun.
Yeah, like something like that. You know,
You guys are, that's fun.
yeah.
You'll have
we,
to invite the J for Justice team.
we all
sometime.
put
We'll have to
masks on, and then we
We're
try
gonna
to
have to.
pick out who the person is.
Do you go by eyebrows?
Yes, brows and boobs.
You got to, right?
Yeah.
To this one.
Oh,
This is
God.
recognition of service. Officer Chris Bragg and Officer Rick Whitmore responded to a call for a possible suicide attempt involving a 22-year-old female. When the officers arrived, the individual was barely conscious. Working together, the officers were able to keep her alive until EMS arrived.
That's awesome.
And then in another incident, Art Lindquist, I don't know if he's still there. You said he was?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He's actually. I think he's one of the. Yeah. He's a. I want to say he's one of the. He should be like a detective right now. But you know what's really sad is that all it takes is a couple bad apples to like give
the whole department a bad name.
It's like anything in life, like just one or two bad apples, and it tarnishes the whole brand. Because when you hear something like that, like they just saved somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys just saved somebody's life. And
right. And I think we have to keep that, in mind, and
hell yeah.
And refresh the listeners that, we're not against. I am definitely not against police officers. I love our police officers,
teachers,
our FBI
and police
agents.
officers. I'm a big teacher person. I love our teachers. They don't get paid nearly enough. I mean, think about it. Like now they have to like worry about who's coming in there to like shoot up a place or something like that. Teachers don't get enough praise, in my opinion. And we want good teachers because that's who's making our kids what they're going to, they're with our kids all day.
Right.
So when people say stuff like when pay teachers a little bit more money, especially in Florida, like they get paid dirt in Florida.
Peanuts.
Yeah, it's bad. So how
Well,
are you
and they
gonna get
deal
good
and they
people
deal
like
with more than ever now, with the school shootings
Yeah.
and all that crazy shit,
that? Yeah. Oh, good. See, Julie, she says I'm a high school teacher. See, I love teachers. A huge fan of
Julie's our
teachers.
girl. Julie loves us.
Teachers are usually really good looking too, so keep it up.
Okay, so the next page, I don't know what these dates for. I was trying to figure out. Oh, intermediate certificate. So on this date, October 13th of 2020, Officer Brett Payne received his, and then November 2nd, Chris Bragg. So these two were kind of like neck and neck, and they were the ones that we saw at the Undies call, just to let everybody know.
Oh yeah, that's them.
These were the two Undies officers that responded to the call where the girl found her underwear.
And see, like I
in
thought
her-
they were awesome with her. I thought they actually like gave it more time than, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I think that was
I
think it was a very weird situation.
Do you know what I would like to see, Lana? I would like to see female officers responding to calls like that for young women. That's what I would like to see. Because I think it would be very uncomfortable for a young girl to talk about things like that, or 100%. Sexual assaults, things like that. I think that cop talks with guy cops coming in sorority houses it's a recipe for disaster. If something bad hasn't happened from it yet, it will. And especially in this day and age, when you look at someone wrong and they're like, he creeped me out. Like, why wouldn't they have a female that's going in there, at least with the men?
Yeah.
I mean, why in this day and age would they put most of these guys are young men. They're not like all old.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not that far off in age, but then they're putting them in the sorority house. And I just think it's irresponsible. And I think they're just asking for trouble.
Do you think we should get the body cam on that?
150%.
You know that I got denied due to this investigation on some stuff, and it says it's because it's under investigation.
Me too, from Pullman.
Yeah, Pullman and Moscow. But it's interesting because it's stuff that you wouldn't think's related. So I'm very curious. He said I'll get my stuff in like May.
Yeah, mine too.
And I'm like,
I can't remember what mine was now.
May.
Oh yeah, I asked for a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a lot on my request, but yeah, they put me off till February. Then they sent me another update, and then they put me off till May.
I think we could probably have a show.
And I think now they put me.
That'd be fun.
Now I think they put me down to July for that.
Really?
I think so. I think I got another update. But this is kind of boring here. It just gives you.
Yeah,
their pictures.
Give me something juicier. I mean,
but I mean, if you look,
day,
it's like, do you know these people? Do you still see these people? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. There's one of your chicks right there.
Okay, so up here, I was looking at her and I was like, wow, there was a girl there, but now she's gone, right? Or she's still there. But up here, it's strategic planning.
I'm hoping that I really want the FBI to call me and ask me if I want to train with them. That's my dream.
Wait till you hear this. Strategic planning goals continued to be a focus of the department during 2020. One of our major goals was realized. Ground was broken for the new police building with a completion date anticipated for August of 21. Progress was made on the lack of officer documentation issue. So we need to follow up.
So they knew that it was an issue.
We need to follow up and see the next year how this fit into their report for 2022. So it says progress was made on the lack of officer documentation issue with the research of body cameras and camera footage storage. Cameras were purchased, and no, Gina didn't buy the shit, in 2020 with training planned for 2021. Efforts continued on acquiring a countywide emergency alert system for the region with other agencies and entities. So is this that new? This WITCOM, this multi-city, county, state 911? Is that new?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Our strategic plan is an innovative and effective process in planning how the city and our government will provide the most resourceful management of municipal services as directed by the mission statement. So I want to know, lack of officer documentation issue was going on when? At least back in 2020. We have it
2019.
documented.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting. You can get little
Well, did you-
breadcrumbs from this.
Yeah. So my favorite stuff is when you start talking about all the money. Have you been following all the money in Moscow? Like they
Just
have
the
they're
grant.
they're overstaffed. Just so you know.
Oh, are they?
Oh,
because they just put an ad up yesterday on Twitter. That
They're
they
hiring
need new officers.
That's because they're going to be getting. I have a feeling they're going to be needing them because some are on the way out.
I think there's going to be a whole new force in town.
Yeah, I think it's because they might be like, we're going to be getting rid of some people.
Yeah, and I think that maybe some people are there doing some interviews to make sure they get the right people. So
hopefully that'd be awesome.
I mean, I'm all for being, looking at the positive side of things. I have absolute 150% faith in FBI. I mean, you can talk about local law enforcement all you want, but when it comes to the FBI, it's a totally different ball game,
Well, and let's not kid ourselves, guys. Like the person in charge, it's like anything when you're the coach of a team, you're in charge of all the people that work underneath you. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. And like, come on, either you're being naive about some stuff, but like when 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, I start asking questions. And I just think that it's unfortunate, though, you develop like a brotherhood with police officers, or even if there's girls there, like it's like a bond, and you don't want to like rat each other out, and you don't want to like, you want to back each other up. But there's a time and a place, what's right, what's wrong. We're not talking about little mistakes. We're talking about like purposely like the corruption. People are going to make mistakes. We're all human in your workforce. You're always going to make mistakes. And unfortunately, like the cops do get like criticized more because it could result in someone's life. That's the same with like fire. Anything that when you're dealing with human, like your like someone's life. But there's a difference between being negligent and knowingly lying, flat out lying and stealing from the citizens that you. That they're the ones that are basically paying you. They're the taxpayers, and ultimately, there's a difference. There's a difference between people that make a honest mistake and then people that are just being idiots, taking
this
advantage.
Is interesting too. The drugs. In 2018, the police department worked on 28 methamphetamine and 15 heroin cases. In 2019. 30 methamphetamine and 20 heroin cases. 2020 held a consistent 28 cases of methamphetamine, 17 of heroin, and 3 fentanyl. And I think that is very, very downplayed. And I'm not saying they're lying, but I think that their lack of reporting things probably is when that comes into play.
And just like talking about like if you're labeling something as like a drinking incident versus like, is it really drinking or is it drugs?
Right. Because you go back here, 29 contacts were made when they got this grant. And that's what Lanier told me on the phone, too, that they get a grant from the Idaho Office of Drug Policy to address underage drinking. That's exactly what he said to me verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's
and
basically
they have to use that money towards that.
Party patrol, and it's for to battle underage drinking. Okay. So, that's those numbers, and then that's it. No, there's more.
I have
There's one more thing.
Do you know that 80% of the money that is generated in Moscow from the police department all comes from fines of some sort? And
surprise me.
80% of it is all like traffic, usually related, like parking.
Oh, Lana, this is for you. This is you. Look, the bottom. Fraternal Order of Police Activities.
Oh, yeah. Remember
the Fraternal Order of Police is an organization consisting of sworn law enforcement officers nationwide. The local chapter, Palouse Lodge, number 149. Is that the Moose? Is that the Moose?
No, it's not the Moose, but guess what they were doing? They didn't keep it up.
Event.
They just started it. And it was with the 3 different people that I had sent you out. We'll talk about this a different day, but
okay.
It's a way to raise money.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like no money was like showing up. Like they just weren't doing anything with it. See right there during 2020.
They did some socially distancing fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
They did police
but no
and
money
fire
went into the
softball
accounts.
game fundraiser. T-shirt fundraiser held in lieu of the game. No Shave November.
Yeah, that's why they all have those mustaches during the murders. If you go,
that's why they all look the same.
That's why they have all that stuff because they did that again.
Yeah, that's creepy.
But they also put no money into that FOP. I followed it all. I have all the work. there no money was going into that account. So I don't know what they were doing.
So here to wrap up Lanier, because I just want to get him out of the way.
Lanier.
So he's in this on 2020. Look how different he looks in 2020 versus now. Yikes. So he is the operations manager over the operations division.
Does it say like what the position even is?
Listen, I looked at the organizational chart. I know it's sideways, but he is, look, see, this is the orange is the chief of police. That's Fry. Look who's over here. The organization. This is Lanier.
Okay.
So there's chief of police. There's this mofo over here, like doing office stuff. And then over here is Lanier.
What's he in charge of?
Everybody. He's at the top of the food chain, y'all. He is right below Fry. So here he is. The operations division is the largest and most visible division in the department. It has 24 officers who provide round-the-clock services to the city of Moscow, as well as assisting the campus division with law enforcement to support UI. The operations division provided all patrol functions, field training officer program, roll call training, crime prevention, bicycle patrol, and the traffic safety unit. The division is also responsible for response to all calls of service. Mm-hmm. So if there weren't reports being written up by the officers, who would you go to? You'd go to the captain. The chief would be like, Captain, what's going on? Like, get your dudes in line. They're not documenting, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He would be responsible for that.
Mm-hmm.
And this,
I think
it says here.
Can you go back and look at that chart again? You see how like when you have like too many chiefs and enough Indians, like do you feel like that could be a thing here?
No, I don't, because I can't. Well, let me see. Can I flip this? Am I able to flip it? Let me see if I can screenshot it, because I want to be able to read it. But
it looks like a big bracket. Mandy Joe says looks like we're playing
well,
darts.
and it is. I mean, it is essentially, but it does. When you look at it, there's like useless. I'm not saying useless. I take that back. But there's roles like, for example, chaplain. You know, like Chief Fry's over the chaplain. Like, what do you have to? What does a chaplain do for a police department? I mean, he provides what support for the officers if they need it or want it, or she. But here you go. Here's that chart. Fuck, it's small still. But if you look here, let me try to blow it up. God, it's all blurry. Chief of police.
Who does the training?
That would be the operations over here under Lanier.
Lanier's in blue, right?
Yes, that is Lanier's whole team in the blue.
Yeah, it's hard to see that.
I know, it's really blurry.
It's okay.
But we can look at that later. You know, we can take deeper looks at some of this stuff and kind of pick out what we want to, go through again. But yeah, I thought that was just interesting. Do you have anything else you want to share right now?
No, we could take some if anybody has any questions or like something they want to say.
Yeah, let's go through chat because I feel like we haven't really talked to them.
Yeah, let's see what they think. What do they think on the consensus? Is Dylan a sophomore or a junior?
You go right back to Dylan.
Is Bethany a sophomore or a junior? Like, what do we think? You know what? If your parent works at the university, you usually get free tuition.
Well, you know that if Koberger got that position with Pullman, that his tuition would have been 100% covered.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the program details. If he would have gotten accepted, you have a free ride through school. Nothing like a free ride through doctorate school.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone said they just emailed me. I don't know. It's got to go.
Can you hear that or no?
No.
Okay, I got some audio to play. It's just it's a comment that Potato sent me. There was a guy on T-Rev 757 that called in about his experience with these cops.
Wait, where's that girl? Where's that girl at?
What girl?
The girl that put them all on blast.
Oh, what girl? Oh, shit, we didn't even do that. Oh, forget this. Why was I going over Lanier? For the love of Christ, what would I do? What would I be doing right now?
I'm like, wait a second. I know we're missing something. Oh, the girl.
We're missing the main
act.
Jeez, oh Pete. Okay.
I said, wait a second. We're missing something. I was like,
We're missing
the damn girl.
We're missing the whole point of
You guys, this is the only reason I came on the show.
why we decided to even do this.
Fucking Lanier.
Unbelievable.
God
Fuck you, Lanier.
bless it.
Okay.
Oh, ruining everything.
Unbelievable. Well, my mind is mush. Like literally.
It gets to be like that.
Yeah. You know when it's time to like.
You guys, this is good. I was like, what is going on? Hi, what's up, Alice? What's up, girl?
Now I can't find it. Oh, here it is.
Oh, you got it? Okay, good.
I think so. Did I text it to you?
Yeah. You want me to send it back to you?
Yeah, can you? Can you just slide that right back to me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let me just get my J folder right here.
Thanks.
Got it.
God, I just can't get over how different Lanier looks. It's like,
how does she say her name? Alicia?
Alicia?
Is that how she says it?
Look how different he looks, though.
Yeah, he banging jobs.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here. Oh yes.
You got it.
I don't know how much stuff you want me. I'm just gonna send it all. I'm just texting it back.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Alicia.
Okay. That's the one.
So yeah, I want the one of the posts that she made.
Yeah, I have that one too. I have the elves too.
The gnomes. So
Yeah.
all right, so let me give you some background on Alicia. And I'm hoping that, I can get, talk a little bit more to Alicia later. But check this out.
Yes.
So Alicia, did you send it?
I just sent the two things. I'm finding her.
Okay, perfect.
I mean,
Perfect.
I gotta get back.
Take your sunglasses off and find it. For the love of Christ.
Well, because we were doing a lot of things like this.
Get the fuck off my stage. I'm the Sandman.
Another welfare check.
All righty.
La 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 means be quiet and let me finish.
Wait, I can't. Where's the stuff from earlier? Oh my God, no.
Well, while we wait for you to find that, let's play this real quick. I know a lot of people were talking about Brent.
Yes.
Okay, check this out. You want some Brent?
Yes.
Listen how she pronounces Brent's name.
Oh, I got it. It's a screen record.
Brent Kopacka and Brett Boyd. So remember, Brett Boyd was the Pullman cop that shot Brent Kopacka in the standoff. Well, listen to this.
Month. The school says Police Sergeant Bray Boyd killed a 36-year-old named Brent. Police Sergeant Bray Boyd killed a 36-year-old named Brent Kopacka in an off-campus apartment.
Look at this gun.
I know they had it all perched there and shit, but I got the audio to this. We played the whole thing. I cut out all the silence. I put so much time into that. It's on my channel if you guys want to listen to it. It was 9 hours of fucking audio, and I cut out like 3 hours of silence.
I just sent it to you. I think it's a screen recording. Is what
Do you know what
me.
these people are talking about during their SWAT raid? I was so confused. Like the one girl is like, "Oh, I left my coffee, my cappuccino in my cup holder." She's like, "Can you grab it for me?" Like this was the conversation during a standoff with Brent Kopacka. Like she really says his name, but she like slurs the officer's name. Listen to that.
Month. The school says Police Sergeant Bray Boyd killed a 36-year-old named Brent Kopacka in an
Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, Lana, but it was just a little snippet I shared.
Oh, I sent it to you. You're good.
Okay, sweet.
I sent you. There's one, two. It's the third thing I sent you. It's the third thing I sent you.
Oh.
Wait, do you want me to?
Yeah, I got it. No, I got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. You guys ready?
This is crazy.
This is nuts.
Talk about your ass on blast.
Whoa. So I was oops, shit, wrong fucking screen. Whoopsie daisies.
You would think we were drinking or something. You guys, this is all H2O in the house.
This is just organic.
This is just silliness.
Okay. So
Okay,
here we go. So I was on the Pullman Facebook and I was reading about the thing that happened with the girl that was almost abducted on Friday.
Wait, but hold on. Wait. She just sends this to me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know where I just come across this shit.
What is this? She's like,
right.
what
So
are you
she's like,
saying?
who is this person?
I'm like,
right?
who is this?
So this person tagged the Pullman Police Department and commented on this post. City of Pullman Police Department. So let's see. Now, if you have to follow real close, because I still don't understand the whole thing. I want her to clarify. So let's see if Brett Payne, which is Moscow Brett Payne, is really Brett Payne. Because I think he's Kyle Payne using his brother's name because he's a sex offender.
What?
I got to the first sentence. I'm like, okay, let me keep reading because this person had some kind of reason for posting this. I'm like, what are we going to get to now? Brett Payne died in a car accident, I thought. Or are there two Brett Payne? Because I could have sworn he died in a car accident and killed by police. They're talking about Kopaka, right? And Brett died. Funny, right around the time you ran your tail to Moscow to become a cop. Now, I don't know who they're talking about in particular. Brett Boyd.
No. He came to Moscow.
Payne.
Payne, yeah. Because he was in Utah. He was in 20.
No. Brett Payne. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the one that shot Kopaka was
Brett Boyd.
Brett Boyd.
Yes.
There's too many B's.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start here. So I thought there was two Brett Payne because I could have sworn he died in an accident.
There's not a single period.
I know. That's why I'm trying to read it.
What are you doing? Go ahead.
Shut up.
Sorry. I love her.
Shut up.
I hope she comes on the show.
Me too.
I hope she does.
Okay, so I thought, I could have sworn he died in a car accident and killed by police. And Brent died. Funny, right around the time you ran your tail to Moscow to become a cop. That's why he won't tell the lawyers about Brett. What lawyers? AKA Kyle. How would they know you really are? How would they know who you really are if you are a twin or related to Kyle Payne? Lot of funny shit with the whole case of Brian, and this gonna come out in the light. Fry, don't your son or nephew work at WSU as a professor? Brian Fry, huh? Bachman? I don't know. Bachman Turner Fry? Bachman, aren't you related to the Taylors? Zimmerman? Ain't you kin to the Kelly family? Oh, yeah. I'm bringing all the dirty out. If y'all gonna keep lying on this man to cover yo asses, she says. Okay, there's more. Admit y'all rushed and fucked up to get a suspect. And Brett, tell them how you knew Brent Kopaka. You followed him online. Y'all was in the same brigade. Yeah, I'm on y'all. Zzz. And I'm not scared. We finally get a capital letter. Woo! The editor.
I love her. She's already my favorite.
I fucking love her too.
No, because you know what? She's pissed. She's hot.
She's
somebody, I could just see this is someone like speaking like in red.
Truth. Yeah, she
hot.
is. Yeah, they're
She's
pissed.
that hot.
They're tired of the fucking corruption.
Yeah.
The editor of these videos is lying, and y'all know it. There's no FBI who checked nothing. Whitman, you didn't see his car nowhere. And y'all did no interrogation.
Oh, Gunderson.
Oh, Gunderson. Or are you Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Because you edited that badge. And I won't let a man be sent to prison by himself if he did it, which I don't think he did. And then Gina says, wow, I believe every bit of this.
It would be a Gina.
And then Michael goes, what language is this?
Motherfucking English.
Well, then, I mean, we'll talk about
Please.
that in just give me 2 seconds. So Mud Creek says, description of male. And this is what really, it's the lack of follow-up. And this is, at this time, we know that the subject was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. We hope to know more as the investigation continues. They gave us a green sweatshirt on the first attack. Now this one that's looking in windows was wearing a green sweatshirt. How are these kids safe?
They don't respond. Do they respond to her?
No, they said at this time a gray hoodie is all they have. And then, did they respond to Alicia?
Yeah.
No, but they haven't deleted it either. But she just posted that yesterday.
I bet you they're not allowed to delete.
Somebody will delete, just like Moscow put their reports in archives. Oh, look at this. This girl didn't even know what the hell. Look at Ricky Cherry. What is defined as College Hill? Wondering if my residence counts as direct area. I know it's in the vicinity. Like, they're like, there was a attempted abduction in College Hill. She's like, can you be a little more fucking specific? Because, like, I live here. I mean,
we're heading out. We're going to do our thing. I just want to say thank you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, we'll do this again.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Lana.
Lana.
Too, because I want to. Well, actually, we're going to do a call-in show, right, or something like that.
We're doing a call-in show tomorrow, 3 p.m.
Yeah, I'm coming here.
Bring your questions.
Oh yeah, and you know what? She better be here. I'm gonna blow her up. What's her name?
I know.
I'm gonna hit her on the hip right now.
She may have already hit me
Miss
back.
Andrews, how you doing, baby girl? What's up? You're coming on the show.
All right, have a good night. Enjoy your evening.
I'll talk to you soon. Thank you guys in chat. You guys rock. And over and out.
Bye, TMT.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
All right, guys,
All right,
have a
see
night.
ya.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. There is so much that we have to go over, man. There was a lot, but this right here was absolutely mind-blowing. So we're going to try to get clarification from her because she's not a happy camper at all. And of course, we'll share some more stuff with you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. We're going to be doing call-in shows. So if you guys would like to call in, we're going to be doing like 3 minutes per person. And we want to kind of get through them and we want to get as much in as we can. So I want to thank everyone who became members too. You guys are awesome. I do have one thing for you guys going out. Let me see here. I've got so much more. Oh my gosh. It would take forever to go through all of it. A little random tidbit. In 2012, election officials had to move one of their polling places. The Lewiston police said that they found a case of dynamite nearby. And this was in 2012. A case of dynamite. Like what? You find the craziest stories. You can't make it up. So this is kind of, I don't know if you'd say funny. Hold on. I mean, it's just one of those like Lewiston, Idaho stories I think you just can't make up. But this dude crashed into, let me see if I can find it. I can't find the article, but what happened was this dude was like drunk. I gotta find it now. I gotta show you guys. You'll die. Give me 2 seconds. Because just telling the story doesn't cut it. Like, you're gonna be sitting there going, yeah.
Okay.
So another thing too, they ramped up on their drunken driving tests, and they were ordered by the state of Idaho that if they pulled someone over and they wouldn't do the breath test, that they were ordered to forcibly take blood. That is so messed up. Like, there is so many freaking reasons to not move here, I think. Oh, and another random fun fact. Lanier was the internet crime guy in Lewiston before he stepped down. A lot to unpack. A lot to unpack. What is this? Oh, here, look it. Here's some more dirty. You guys want more dirty? I'm not ready to wrap it up just yet. Man, I have never seen any cops like forcibly take blood from you, man. That's bad. All right, here's some old dirty. Old dirty from 2011. But it just, people say like, oh, why does it matter what happened in 2011? Like, who cares? Well, it gives you history and insight. So check this out, okay? A lot to Kopaka. That's right. That's right. A federal jury says a former Lewiston police officer used excessive force in apprehending a suspect 5 years ago. Kevin Mays sued in U.S. District Court 3 years ago, contending he was beaten and tasered by 4 Lewiston police officers and Nez Pierce County deputies when they were called to check on his welfare, December 23rd, 2006. The Lewiston Tribune reports that the jury, impaneled in Coeur d'Alene's U.S. District Court, cleared 3 officers of wrongdoing, but found that former Lewiston police officer Donald Blair used excessive force in the encounter. The jury also found that Mays, who was originally asked for more than $75,000 in damages, wasn't entitled to any punitive damages. Mays was awarded nearly $2,000 for medical expenses. The incident happened when Mays' then girlfriend called police to say she was worried that he was suicidal and had a gun. You guys have to listen to this. This is so dirty. Dirty. His girlfriend called because she was worried about him. Suicidal and had a gun. Police encountered Mays in North Lewiston a short time later, and Mays said that they attacked him, beat him, and used a taser on him. Police took a pocket knife from Mays, but he was not armed, according to court records. Mays was charged with misdemeanor obstructing law enforcement, but a jury acquitted him. The federal jury found that the use of the taser was not excessive, but taking Mays to the ground was. The jury found that there was no wrongdoing by Lewiston officer Mike Rigney and Nez Pierce County deputies Sergeant John Hilderbrand and Joe Rodriguez. Here's another story. Lewiston. December 3rd, 2015. Lewiston Police Department's apprehension of alleged felon Dustin Pearson, 29, came with the arrest of his mother. Oh, this is where it gets really dirty. This is really, it's going to get wicked.
Wicked and weakness. You gotta see this. Yeah.
Check this out. Dustin Pearson, his mother, Nori Pearson, an instructor at WSU. Pearson of Lewiston was sought for 8 warrants for arrest, prompting the dispatch of Lewiston SWAT to conduct a late evening raid on his home on November 2nd. Or November 20th, sorry. Police acquired a warrant to enter the home of Nori L. Pearson, 61, with the intent to apprehend Dustin. She was initially detained and later arrested on charges of harboring a known and wanted felon, along with Dustin's girlfriend, Jessica Martin, who was also in the home. Police received an anonymous tip that Dustin had returned to his mother's residence, according to Lieutenant Roger Lanier of the Lewiston PD report. When police asked if Dustin was in the residence, Nori responded with, "I'm not saying a word," according to a Lewiston PD report. Isn't that your right to not say a word? Among the 8 warrants were 2 felonies and 6 misdemeanors across 2 counties. Included were possession of a controlled substance out of Nez Perce and first-degree trafficking in stolen property and third-degree theft out of Asotin County, Washington. We had been looking for him when we received information that he was staying at his mother's, Lanier said. We had visited her home before and warned her that he had warrants and warned that she would be arrested as well if he was found in her home. Lewiston police began the raid at 10:20. Once inside Nori's home, an entrance to the home's attic was found to be barricaded on the other side. SWAT officers attempted to bypass the barricade with caution, as Dustin had a history of drug abuse, was known to be paranoid, and had previously eluded law enforcement, according to Lanier. It is not believed that Nori Pearson held a prior criminal background. Nori works as an accounting instructor in the Carson College of Business at U.S.C. Crazy. Here's another one for you. Let's do this one. This is another Lewiston. Oh, wait. We got to play this one first. This is a trigger warning. This one's bad. This one ain't good. Just so you know. You can read the headline yourself. Let's pull it up over. Shoot. Hold on. Let's get it on the old Chrome. Again, this is kind of a trigger warning story. It's very disgusting.
We begin our newscast with a disturbing police investigation out of Lewiston, and detectives say they've never seen a case like this. Good evening. I'm Keith Havens. Janae Ryan is off tonight. Now, we want to warn you, some of the details may be disturbing. As KLEW News anchor Suzette Reynoso explains, the investigation deals with a 30-year-old man, a chat room, and his alleged search for an infant for sex acts.
It's a disturbing case that started with a post made to a chat room. Police say the person was looking for a baby, but even more shocking to investigators was why.
I can't recall any time where we've gotten a tip that a person was actually soliciting for a young child to have sex with.
That person, police say, is Lewiston resident Bobby Wisdom. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tipped off Lewiston police on March 16th. Detectives wasted no time.
Our investigators started doing follow-up. They were able to establish that the person that made the post resided here in the city of Lewiston.
Undercover investigators replied to Wisdom's post. They recorded phone conversations, then scheduled to meet up with him. And here in the 1000 block of Alder Avenue is when they met face to face and learned of his intent.
The officers did form probable cause to believe that his intent was to solicit a child for sex, and that's why they placed him under arrest.
Wisdom is facing a felony charge of children's sexual abuse by soliciting a minor with the intent to gratify lust, passion, or sexual desire. He is currently in custody at the Nez Perce County Jail. In Lewiston, Suzette Reynoso, KLEW.
And let's do a follow-up to that.
This time then, Mr. Wisdom, to that charge, how would you like to plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Today in Nez Perce County Court, Bobby Wisdom accepted a deal pleading guilty on a charge of enticing through the internet, video, image, or communication device to lure a child under 16. Wisdom was charged after an investigation where the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children found a post in a chat room and linked it to an IP address in Lewiston. A detective in Latah County then investigated and found that Wisdom was interacting with the purpose of sexually abusing a child. After accepting the plea deal, Judge Jeff Broody sentenced Wisdom to 5 to 15 years probation, and he will be living in a facility for people with disabilities and will be monitored 24 hours a day with no internet access. Wisdom has no prior criminal record.
Like, what the hell? He got probation. Nancy, he won't, because he didn't go to prison. He got 15 months probo. What's up, Patty? Patty. 15 months probo.
Yeah.
You heard that right. This is why I look into the area and look into these things, because you can't make this stuff up. You simply can't make it up. You want more dirty? We'll do one more dirty. This is from 2011. Ex-UI professor suspected in fatal shooting found dead. Look at the window. Katie Benoit, at her graduation from the University of Idaho, Benoit was shot and killed by a former UI assistant professor of psychology. What? A former UI professor suspected in the shooting death of a grad student was found dead from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound in a Moscow motel. The body of Ernesto A. Bustamante, 31, was found today at the University in Best Western. A warrant had been issued for Bustamante's arrest after officers found a woman dead at a Moscow home late Monday. Police identified the victim as 22-year-old Katie Benoit of Boise. Benoit earned her undergraduate degree last year and started her first year as a grad student in the psychology department this fall. Bustamante was an assistant professor in the university's Department of Psychology and Communication, earning a base salary of $51K a year, when he resigned his position with the school last Friday. Bustamante had been with the school since August of 2007, after graduating from Old Dominion University in Virginia with a doctorate in human factors psychology, according to his resume. Police are still investigating how long Benoit and Bustamante knew each other. The Moscow Pullman Daily News reports police could not confirm if the relationship between the two was strictly professional, though Idaho's Dean of Students, Bruce Pittman, noted that there is a university policy that bars faculty members from entering into romantic relationships with students. Pittman declined to comment on why Bustamante resigned last week. Classes started on the North Idaho campus Monday. Police say Benoit was outside of her Moscow home when she was shot at about 8:40 p.m. that day. Benoit's roommate was inside the residence at the time of the shooting. According to authorities who were initially looking for a black 2010 Chrysler Sebring with Washington plate ABW 3726 that was seen leaving the scene. Police named Bustamante as a suspect in the shooting earlier today and served a search warrant at a Moscow hotel at about 7:45 a.m. in his hotel room. Quote, "We are both shocked and saddened by these events. Our heartfelt sympathy goes to the victims' family and friends," the university said in a statement. A ceremony to mark the start of the academic year was postponed today. Bustamante has no prior criminal record in Idaho, and court documents show a few traffic violations in Latah County. Why does it seem like all these people that they catch, when they do catch them, have no record? Who's Chris Benoit and Alyssa Bustamante? Who's that? And this is the girl that was shot. And then this is the cop in, I don't know, like, I thought she was in her yard, but the window is shot out. I don't really understand the whole story. All I can tell you is I find this stuff. I don't know how, but I do. I'm trying to find something else. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. This one I wanted to go over really quick. This is another Lewiston. Since we're on the Lewiston thing, let's stay with that theme. Yeah, that's true, Gregory. That is really true. It's hard to have a record when they don't report shit. You guys, that is Tony Tedder. Her name is Tony Tedder. I'm going to tell you what happened to Tony. This happened, let's see. We're going way back to 1990. Clarkston, Lewiston area. Tony Ann Tedder's parents don't hold out much hope for justice. Their 18-year-old daughter was murdered by an intruder in 1990. And Jim and Diana Tedder are convinced they know who the killer was, but the case remains unsolved. Quote, "The police told us they have to have more evidence," said Diana Tedder of Clarkston. "After all these years, I think we've given up." Quote, "I think they know who did it and chose not to do anything," said Jim Tedder. "I know that's going to make some people mad, but that's how I truly feel." Clarkston Detective Richard Mazinski said the Tedder file is still open. "Throughout the years, there has been work done on this case," Mazinski said. "It's not like it's been sitting idle." How defensive is that? We're talking about parents that want answers to their daughter. Wait to hear what happened to her. It's not like it's been sitting idle. I took a look at it when I became a detective 4 years ago. It's a difficult case. All it would take is for one person to come forward and this case would be ripped wide open. And it's kind of like that report we watched earlier where the cop sat there and said about the threat in Pullman. You know, if it's a misunderstanding, we want the perpetrator to call us and explain. Cops don't sit on their ass and wait for perps to call them on the phone. I mean, is this even real? Are these even real towns? Like, it makes no sense. Tony Ann listen to this. Tony Ann was killed in her parents' house in Clarkston. Tony Ann was sleeping on the couch when she was stabbed with a fillet knife July 28th, 1990, on the 500 block of 7th Street, where her parents still live. Over the years, the family has come to the conclusion the girl was not the intended victim. The man they believe is responsible for Tony Ann's death meant to kill someone else and went to the wrong house, Jim Tedder said. The suspect was not arrested because his girlfriend provided an alibi for his whereabouts, which she later recanted. Evidence collected at the scene has been sent to the Washington State Patrol's crime lab in hopes new technology will reveal a missing piece of the puzzle. Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, they still live there. Yep. The man they believe responsible meant to kill someone else and went to the wrong house. This is back in 1990. 1990. Oh, here's another picture of Officer Smith. We were talking about earlier. We saw him get sworn in. He went out during COVID with some of the other officers and they delivered food, I guess, turkey dinner. And they did a t-shirt fundraiser to raise money. So that guy right there that circled is Officer Corbin Smith. Let's see. And we don't see him anywhere. Like, I don't know where he went because, like, we don't see Officer Smith anywhere. So it can be a little confusing. And it seems like they have a like high turnover rate. No, you can't. You definitely can't make this shit up. That's why I feel like I have to show you guys everything because it gives you like such a greater like insight to the area, the people, the everything. It gives you more insight into everything. It's so important. I have another thing to share. I just want to get these off my chest so I can delete them. Put them aside. This is just the newspaper, the Daily Evergreen, from when the WSU, the WSU professor was arrested for having her son in her house. But if you look here, mourning their sisters. Watch this. Oops. There was a couple accidents that happened. I don't know how to make this bigger. I don't know. I can't make it bigger. But it says students, chapter members, and the Pullman community gathered on Greek Row in remembrance of Delta's Christine Hunter and Pi Beta Phi's Megan Cope. Hunter died in a traffic accident in November and Cope in a separate crash November 20th. So November 22nd and November 20th, two students both died in car accidents. Oh, and this is, yeah, to piggyback off of that post from Facebook. This is, I think, what she's talking about. This is Payne and his brother Kyle. And I believe where I got this from, it said something like the boys were going off the boys were joining each other, or like Brett was joining Kyle or something like that. And then these are just the report we went through. I just want to make sure I cover everything. Oh, this photo is also this. Okay. Let me just do a little quick poll. Put a 1 in chat if you saw this picture, if you thought, you know, like this belongs in like an annual report. Yeah, I think they're like twins, or they're definitely brothers, but they could be twins. But yeah, this came right from that annual report, and it says Officer Lee ready for patrol. And I think they're trying to make him look badass. I think it's just, it looks creepy because we know like what's happened there and stuff, you know? And then here's another screenshot from their annual report. And it says welfare check. Nancy, thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. But look above there. It says Officer Brown. And they call him the Horse Whisperer.
Jennifer loves horses.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. This Alicia's post. And oh, I've got a doozy for you. Did you hear that? Oh, you can't hear it? Y'all can't hear that shiz. All right, hold on.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is looking for an Eastern State Hospital patient who walked away from the facility yesterday morning. Take a look. 21-year-old Silas Finley has a history of self-harm.
How about now? No sound? Did you have sound a second ago? Let me know if you guys had sound a second ago. Oh, you did? You could hear that? Okay. Let me fix it again.
And new tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is looking for an Eastern State Hospital patient who walked away from the facility yesterday morning. Take a look. 21-year-old Silas Finley has a history of self-harm, mental disorders, and substance abuse, say deputies. They say that he could be erratic and pose a threat to himself or others. He's described as being 6 feet tall, 150 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have seen him or know his whereabouts, you are urged to call that number right there at the bottom of your screen.
What do you guys think of that? Yeah, he walked away, but they're saying he could be a threat to other people as well. I know, bushy eyebrows. It's like, what is going on, you know? Like, what in the world? I want to read some of your comments. Thank you if I missed any new members that became part of our lovely fam today. That's how I always feel. You got to see this. Yeah, I mean, well, that's why you got to become a member, David Skywalker. When you have that many people, you have to slow down chat, or it just doesn't even, you can't chat at all. I just don't, I mean, when are they going to find them when something bad happens? Hey, Jenny. Hey, Jenny. Oh, here you go, Jenny. You guys want any more dirty, or are you ready to call it an evening? We have a call-in show tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And TNT is going to be coming on tomorrow. We're going to be taking your calls, hearing what you guys think about what's been uncovered this past week. And I think that a weekly kind of rundown is kind of in order because so much comes out. I mean, I haven't even covered everything that I want to cover about this case. And there's new things that come out and it's just like, oh my gosh. Check this out. I don't know who this dude is, but I'm going to read through this with you guys. So let me share. Now, I don't know who the author is. Like I said, this is just something that I came across. This is Ted Bauer. And he has a blog on Medium. And he has, on January 13th, Idaho 4, the Brent Lee Kopaka angle. And then he puts, was anybody else arrested? And then he says, then it says here, I present to you Brent Lee Kopaka, the man who was with Brian during the knife purchase. And the man who was with Brian during the knife purchase and who was killed by the SWAT December 15th, 2022. I don't have much more info that I can share on this device. I'm off to traverse the other side to see if it's better. It's been an honor. I don't even know what that means. But it says here, until June, minus potential leaks, all we have is speculation and theories. Let's leave the families out of it as best we can. You may remember during the case timeline, before we had a suspect, there was a SWAT shooting in Pullman. And some YouTubers were saying this must be connected. The guy that died in the SWAT standoff is Brent Lee Kopaka, an Army veteran. Here's his obituary, in which the death is tied to PTSD. On this random internet thread, you can find this screenshot. BK reportedly asked a neighbor whether they'd be able to kill someone as a member of the military. In another conversation, the neighbor told CBS that Koberger asked if he watched Netflix Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. The neighbor recalled a third conversation which Koberger asked whether he'd be able to kill someone as a member of the military. Now, add up two things, member of the military and did anyone else get arrested? First thing he apparently said to the PA cops and SWAT, unconfirmed. If you want to bring in the third thing, it's that Pullman SWAT incident was mentioned by both Indiana state troopers on the pullovers as Brian and his dad drove back. We remember that. There was a tweet months ago from that Corsi guy. Now, I don't know who this is. Months ago? Like, how? I don't understand the language here, but that Corsi guy on Twitter implying it was two people. Now, who is this? Who's Corsi? That is such a photoshopped picture. I cannot. Gerard is an investigative reporter, ghostwriter for social media luminaries, and consultant for LGBTQ and Democratic clients. U.S. Navy veteran? 2 hours ago, he says, in regard to the Idaho 4 further arrests, a snag has occurred in the chain of evidence integral to the case, resulting in a delay of the second arrest. A deal is being slowly and painstakingly negotiated to take the possibly derailing snag into account by a very adept defense attorney. Have you guys seen this? What? Who is this dude? What? Is that Ukraine? He posts on all kinds of stuff. Weird. What? He resembles my first husband, a gorgeous Filipino black man. Wow. This is deep. You hadn't seen this? Hey, Unsolved Cases. GC. So you guys have followed. He has 10,000 followers. Initially said a second arrest would happen before President's Day. When is President's Day, Gregory? Gerard Corsi Hardcore Hangout. He sure has a lot of tweets. 45,000 tweets. He just said this 2 hours ago. Missed Kino says, oh man, the derailing snag delay. Yikes. Do you know who the second person is? Were they a lookout? There's a photo of the Subaru and it has been lightened up. There is a face in the back seat. Subaru? Why do I feel like I'm living in another planet? It's like you're speaking in tongues. LOL. I mean, what does that even mean? A lack of evidence to support a second arrest? She says lies. I don't believe you. Primary, secondary, or tertiary source? What in the hell does that even mean? See, that's how layman I am. Third in order or level. Primary, secondary, or third source. They say there's something off about this photo. What is it? Dude, this kind of shit is what gets me in rabbit holes. Oh, look at Deucey's baby. There's a new Deucey on the block. All right, so that's what Gerard said 2 hours ago. That there is a snag in the chain of evidence integral. Chain of evidence integral. Get it, Gerard. Get it, Gerard. What made us go to this? I forgot what we were doing. Oh, right here. Let's go back to this. All right, so there's also this. Gerard Corsi again. Ethan Chapin was singled out by his killer for especially brutal, completely barbaric mutilation overkill. This fact, barely hinted at by mainstream media, will play a major role at trial. I am giving you the dirty, aren't I? The extended theory here is that Kohberger wanted to kill people, but didn't want to get caught. So he partnered with Kopacka in some way, and then Kopacka flipped out, threatened his roommates, and got caught in a SWAT standoff, hail of gunfire, and now the entire thing is on Kohberger. Far-fetched, but maybe. What do you guys think about that? I thought that was pretty dang interesting myself. So I'm going to end this here, guys. We've been going for, wow, a long time, but we have a lot more for you tomorrow. Make sure when this one ends, you're going to be redirected. If you stick around and dance it out, you'll be automatically redirected to tomorrow's live stream. We are going to do call-ins. So you guys will be able to call in on a phone number. We're not going to do this link stuff. We're going to be doing phone call-in. So you can call a number. You get 3 minutes with us. So we're going to have TNT here. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank TNT for coming on today, showing the whiteboard and all of the research. The research into this case is truly like a whodunit, you know. And this is, I think, what really gets our gears going as, you know, true crime aficionados, as you would maybe call them. I don't know what you call us. True crime fanatics, weirdos, whatever the hell you want to call us. Some people think we're crazy, right? So I'm going to keep doing these random lives for you guys and just walk through what I find, because it seems like you guys really enjoyed it. Because it's interesting to find out, because this is going to be a huge case. We're going to hear about a lot of different things. And the more educated we are on the area, the history of the police, the history of, you know, everything that we've been going over, whether it's, you know, the students, the police, the residents, I mean, everything. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for sticking around for this. And I will let you guys dance it out. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please share this with anyone that you think would be interested in this information. If you know anybody that's, you know, trying to move out there, you might want to, like, warn them. So anyways, dance it out, you guys. Enjoy this. I don't give a damn. I do give a damn. I love you all. So enjoy this. See you tomorrow.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. for that. Staying up late.